Hey, what's up? Welcome to another episode of Man Talk. Yeah. Anyways, so today I'm gonna be talking about this point. I've actually already made this point before, like, previous community posts I've written, a couple articles I wrote an article about it as well. But it's basically how you don't actually want to date the person who love bombed and ghosted you. Yeah, you don't, and I'm gonna tell you why. And it'll probably make perfect sense to you once I explain it, if you don't already know why. Let me start off by asking you this, okay? Let's say someone were to be like, hey, what's up? So I'm an evil piece of shit. I intentionally love bomb and ghost people in order to psychologically torture them. And it does cause physical harm to their physical bodies, alright? I mean, psychological torture, you know, suppresses people's immune systems. They get sick more often. Takes years off their life. So yeah, I mean, psychological torture has some very AIDS like effects, does it not? So yeah, I'm an evil piece of shit. I intentionally do that to others just to make them suffer because I'm an evil piece of shit. I have a very long history of doing this shit with all these different people. I have no remorse whatsoever. I'm going to continue doing this shit for the rest of my life. And oh, by the way, I'm about to do it to you as well. So, what do you say? Do you want to go out with me? Yeah. What would your response to be to someone who were to just openly admit to that? Would you be interested in dating them? Yeah, probably not. In fact, definitely not, unless you're some kind of extreme masochist. Yeah, if you're some kind of extreme masochist, you love pain and suffering, well then that's the sort of person for you. All right, but otherwise, you definitely would not want to go out with this person, right? Well, there you go. All right, that explains it perfectly. Now you know why you don't actually want to date the person who love bombed and ghosted you. Because think about it: if you knew in advance what this person was really like, would you want to date them? Yeah, probably not. In fact, definitely not, unless you're an extreme masochist. But otherwise, like basically nobody would voluntarily date these people, you know? And that's what should be emphasized. The point that should be emphasized is the fact that nobody actually would actually date these people to begin with if given the opportunity to have, I guess you could say, true informed consent. Because think about it. Look, if you don't know all the relevant facts of a decision, you do not give informed consent, right? Yeah, you never actually gave informed consent to date these people or even get them the time of fucking day, right? Because you just didn't know how bad they were. They lied. They present themselves in a way that they're not. Okay, that's called false advertising. All right, like if you were to go to a fucking restaurant and they had a menu that said, "Oh look, we're gonna give you a fucking, you know, a fucking cheeseburger." All right, but then you're like, all right, cool, I'll order the cheeseburger, but instead they come back with, you know, rotten, fish with fucking tapeworms in it, and you're like, what the fuck? This is not what I ordered. But they're like, oh yes, it is. You chose to come to our restaurant. You chose to place an order with us. It's like, well, yeah, but you told me that I was gonna order, you know, this cheeseburger. You're not giving me what I ordered. It's false advertising. Yeah, okay. So when these sleazy, sadistic cunts love bomb and ghost you, I mean, how are they any different than that sleazy restaurant? All right, they're not. They're just as bad, if not worse. Are they not? They're just as bad, if not worse. Okay, but that's the thing, all too often, you keep seeing these articles like, "Oh, why did he ghost you? Why did she ghost you?" You know, and oftentimes, I mean, not always. It obviously depends on a case by case basis, but oftentimes these fucking articles and advice that people give you, it's completely degrading to the victim, right? It's placing all the blame on the victim of false advertisement. They're saying, "Oh well, you must have done something wrong." Okay, what did I do wrong? Well, I can't really tell you what you did wrong, but I'm gonna act like you did something wrong. Yeah, that's the thing. Like there are I've seen people do that where they act like you did something wrong, but then they won't even tell you what you specifically did wrong. They're gonna act like it's your fault without giving you any sort of useful feedback. And then they'll commit what I call the offense equals truth fallacy. Yeah, they'll basically act like because they've said something that causes some kind of suffering to you, that automatically means that they're correct, which is bullshit, right? Because think about it. What if there was an argument between a neo-Nazi and a Jew, okay? And the neo-Nazi was like, hey man, fuck those Jewish K-words. They deserve, the Holocaust. And the Jewish person was like, well, fuck you. That's kind of evil and wrong, and you're an idiot. And then the Nazi was like, oh yeah, well, truth hurts, bitch. That's not what you want to hear. It's what you need to hear. Yeah, that's an example of the offense equals truth fallacy in action. Yeah, these victim blaming cunts. They don't act like it's your fault, but they won't even really tell you why. Yeah, the people who act like it's your fault and won't even tell you why. But then they're gonna commit the offense equals truth fallacy. It's like to justify their bullshit, justify them beating you down. Fuck those people. I mean, and plus, here's another thing too with these dumb dating rules. It's like you hear all this shit like, oh well, you gotta play hard to get. If the second they know you like them, they run. Well, guess what? I've come across multiple people, both male and female, who did not follow those rules. Okay, yeah, they definitely expressed a lot of interest in me. Okay, so they did not follow that fucking rule, but then they're gonna love bomb and ghost me, and I'm getting told, oh, I showed too much interest. I didn't follow this normie dating convention. Okay, well, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. They did not follow that dating convention either. In fact, they broke that rule way worse than I did, you know? Yeah, the people who break these fucking dating rules are the ones who love bomb and ghost you, and you're told that, oh, they ghost you as punishment for breaking the rules that they themselves broke more than you did, you know? Yeah, I talked about this in a previous video called Awkward Nerds Love Bomb and Ghost People just as much as quote-unquote normies. Yeah, check out that video. It's pretty long, though. It's about a half hour. But, I go into a lot more detail on that specific point. And yes, men and women are just as bad. They are just as likely to give you all sorts of bullshit, both platonically and romantically. They're just as likely to be douchebags, just as likely to be these backstabbing, evil little pricks, all right? Yeah, they're just as bad based on what I've seen, just as fucking bad. And it's so fucked up. Whereas they will break these dating rules more than anybody. Like they will show interest, right? They will make it clear that they're into you, but then they're gonna ghost you, and you're told, oh well, the second they know you like them, they run. Well, hang on a minute. If those are the rules, well then they broke those rules, did they not? Okay. Oh, you fucking little cunts. Like, man, fuck anybody out there who is gonna do this shit to people without remorse. I mean, you're gonna tell them that you're gonna blame the victim of false advertisement and say, oh, it's your fault. You just didn't follow these dating rules that the other person who love bomb and ghost you didn't follow either, and they broke if anything, they broke those rules more than you did. Yeah, it's like okay, so the perpetrator of false advertising, they apparently can just do what the fuck they want. They can break the dating rules. They can express interest in the person they're trying to date, and that seems fine. That seems no big deal. But if their victim, who they ghost, even if they didn't really, even if they did not reciprocate love bombing that much, they're still gonna get blamed for it. Like what the fuck? Even if they don't, I am just so sick of this shit, man. Yeah, do you see where I'm going with this? It's like, you're told to follow these fucking dating rules, but then the people who break those rules are gonna love bomb and ghost you, and you're told that, oh, it's because you didn't follow the rules that they themselves broke more than you did. Fucking little cunts, man. I hate this so. I hate this so fucking much, man. And again, the point we need to emphasize is the fact that nobody would actually date these people if they were honest. Yeah, if people knew in advance what these love bombing Frosted Flakes were actually like, if people knew in advance, basically nobody would date them. You know what I mean? So that's the thing that should be emphasized. It should be pointed out how they're wrong, okay? They're unattractive, okay? Yeah. Think about it. If these fucking Frosted Flakes were upfront and honest about who they really are, do you really think that people would want to date them? Obviously not. Basically, nobody would voluntarily give informed consent to date these people, all right? They only trick people into giving them a chance, only trick people into dating them by lying and presenting a false image, by committing fraud and false advertisement, you know? But nobody actually wants to date these people. Like that's what should be emphasized. These people are wrong, evil, disgusting monsters, and nobody actually wants to date them, you know? Nobody does, all right? Nobody actually wants to date these people, you know? Let's just emphasize that one fucking point, you know? I'm not saying, now it is possible to unintentionally lead someone on. It is possible, like you could, I don't know, accidentally send someone a super like on a dating app. I mean, that is possible. I actually have done that by accident before. It's not fun. so yeah, if you accidentally send someone a super like or whatever, even though you're not really into them, look, I'm not saying that it's fine if it's an accident, okay? There's a very big difference between an honest mistake, accidentally sending someone a super like on a dating app, versus like just doing a lot more to intentionally love bomb them with nefarious intentions. I mean, there's a very big difference between those two things, you know what I mean? So yeah. And yeah, it's safe to say that most cases of people who love bomb and ghost you, it actually is intentional. And I've seen these people openly admit to it in a braggadocious way, you know. And I think these people are sick, disgusting cunts. And oh, by the way, nobody actually wants to date them. Yeah, nobody actually wants to date these people. Nobody would give true informed consent to date these people. All right? All the people who they love bombed and ghosted, they did not give informed consent. Did they? Yeah, they did not know just how bad they really were. None of the people who they love bombed and ghosted gave informed consent. Nobody would give true, voluntary, complete informed consent to date these people. Would they? No, of course not. That is the point that should be emphasized. The point that should be emphasized is these people suck, they're monsters, they're evil hypocrites, and in many cases, they do not follow these fucking dumb, normie dating conventions. They don't, alright? They don't play hard to get. Yeah, they don't act like they're not interested. They don't try to, act like they're not that into you to try to play hard to get or whatever. They don't do that shit, right? Because they're love bombing you. They actually are appearing interested in you, are they not? They are not following that fucking rule of, play hard to get and act like you're not that interested in them, you know, to seem more mysterious or whatever the fuck. I don't know. Yeah, they don't follow that rule, do they? They don't, all right? So they themselves don't follow these fucking dumb dating conventions to begin with. And nobody would actually give true informed consent to date them if they knew all the relevant factors, right? And then, but their victims are told, you're getting punished because you didn't follow these dumb dating rules that they broke more than you did. Fuck that, man. Fuck all of that. This is so wrong, all right? Nobody actually wants to date a Frosted Flake. Nobody actually likes these people. Nobody would even want to be platonic friends with someone like this. Think about it. Would you really want to be friends with someone who is going to intentionally, psychologically torture people like that? Yeah, probably not. Man, fuck all of this, man. Fuck these people. They are just so worthless. Alright, that's all I gotta say for that. See ya.